The remaining portion is central potential. Okay, so we are central potential. We know example, best example is atom. Atom nucleus is at the center, so potential is from the center. Interaction from the center. Force is from the center of the atom. So such examples can be broadly classified as central potential problems. And let us see how they can be solved using the principles of quantum mechanics, especially non-relativistic quantum mechanics. So we know that the spherically symmetric potential or central potential can be characterized by V, V of R, vector R equal to V of R, because along a circle potential is same. Okay, so only the magnitude of the radius of the circle matters. So potential is a function of distance only from the center. So only magnitude you have to consider. So this is the idea of central potential. V of vector R equal to V of R. Okay, so the direction of vector you can neglect. So the Hamiltonian is given by usual P square by 2m plus V of R, not vector R, V of R. So in this expression, you can substitute P equal to minus IH cross del, so that P square is minus H cross square del square. So the Schrodinger equation is time independent. Schrodinger equation is, why it is time independent? Because potential does not change with the time. Nothing happens to the nucleus. Okay, nucleus remains same for a long time. Okay, for all ordinary atoms, nothing happens to the nucleus. The potential is time independent. So we have to use the time independent Schrodinger equation, and that is minus H cross square by 2m or 2 mu del square plus V of R. Okay, kinetic energy plus potential energy, that is the Hamiltonian. Then psi of R, total energy, equal to E into psi of R. E is a constant, because for time independent equation, E is a constant. Now, since this is a spherically symmetric problem, we normally use the spherical polar coordinates. You can solve it in Cartesian coordinates, but the equation becomes very cumbersome, very difficult. Okay, so if you treat it in spherical polar coordinates, the treatment becomes comparatively easy. So due to the spherical symmetry, we use spherical polar coordinates. If there is cylindrical symmetry, we use cylindrical polar coordinates, like that. Okay. So due to the spherical symmetry, we use spherical polar coordinates r, theta and phi. So this is the conversion formula between them. X equal to r sine theta cos phi. I think you know the conversion between spherical polar coordinates and Cartesian coordinates. This is the z direction. Consider a point P. This is the r and this is theta. Sorry, this is phi. The angle between z direction is phi. Now you project this OP, the OP vector into the xy plane, so that this component is, the z component is r cos phi. Oh, sorry, this is theta, not phi. Sorry, this is theta. This is theta. So the z component is r cos theta, and the component in the xy plane is r sin theta. This is r sin theta. Now this r sin theta again you can resolve in the x and y directions. Okay, suppose this angle is phi, then r sin theta projection on the x-axis is r sin theta cos phi. So this will be r sin theta cos phi, and the projection on the y-axis is r sin theta sin phi. That is the simplest way of conversion of Cartesian coordinates into spherical polar coordinates. Okay, so x you can write it as r sin theta cos phi, y equal to r sin theta sin phi, z equal to r cos theta. So theta is the angle between the vector and the z axis. Okay, correct it. I have earlier said it as phi, correct it as theta. Okay, phi is the angle in the xy plane. Now we know the using this r theta and phi, the del in the spherical polar coordinates is, I think this is familiar to you, dou by dou r vector r plus 1 by r dou by dou theta vector theta plus 1 by r sin theta dou by dou phi unit vector phi. Okay, similar to the del in Cartesian coordinates, the del in spherical polar coordinate is this one, and the Laplacian del square is given by, in spherical polar coordinates, is given by 1 by r square dou by dou r. Okay, r square dou by dou r plus 1 by r square sin theta dou by dou theta of sin theta dou by dou theta plus 1 by r square sin square theta dou square by dou phi square. I think this is familiar to you, the Laplacian operator or del square operator in spherical polar coordinates, because we have to use this del square. In Schrodinger equation we have del square, so for this del square we have to substitute this one, because we are going to use the spherical polar coordinates due to the spherical symmetry. Okay, so just substitute the del square, the entire del square here. Schrodinger equation becomes, for a particle in a spherical polar coordinates, okay, Schrodinger equation for a particle in spherical polar coordinates is, you substitute the entire del square here, then you put psi here, here and here, plus 2 mu by h cross square. So I have taken that h cross minus h cross square by 2m 2 mu to cancelled in the first term and multiplied with the second. Okay, so 2 mu by h cross square, then e minus v of r into psi. E I have taken up from the right side to the left side. So e minus v of r into psi equal to 0. It's very easy. Up to this, very easy. Now, in this we have three coordinates r, theta and phi. Now we have to assume that this psi, now this psi is a function of r, theta and phi. Now we have to do the variable separable method, otherwise we cannot do anything on this equation. You separate these variables into different differential equations. That is the only option. For that, you assume that this psi of r theta phi can be written as product of capital R, capital theta and capital phi, where capital R is a function of small r, capital theta is a function of small theta, and capital phi is a function of small phi. So capital R, capital theta and capital phi are the wave functions. This is a radial wave function, and this is polar wave function, and this is azimuthal wave function. I think these are words are familiar to you. Radial, polar, azimuthal wave functions, and the corresponding parameters are r, theta, small theta, and small phi. Okay, so this is an assumption because we have to do something, otherwise we can't proceed. So we assume that the psi, which is a function of r, theta, and phi, is a product of three functions: capital R, capital theta, and capital phi. This is for doing the variable separable method. Okay. Now substitute this r, theta, and phi, capital R, capital theta, and capital phi here, 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 and here at 4 places. Okay. And see, this is when you substitute here, what happens is r, theta, and phi comes here, but this is only partial dou by dou r, dou by dou r. So theta and phi, capital theta and capital phi are constants for this first term. So you can move that theta and phi to the left side. Only capital R remains here. Similarly, for the second term, differential operator is dou by dou theta. So you can take the R and phi to the left side. Theta only remains, capital theta remains there on the right side. And the third one also, it is dou by dou square by dou phi square. So only capital phi remains here. Capital R and capital theta moves to the left side. And here all r, theta, and phi you can take to the left side. Okay. V is a function of r only. Okay. So substitute for psi equal to capital R, capital theta, capital phi in these 4 terms, and now divide throughout by capital R, capital theta, capital phi. This usually you have done at the BSc level, so I am simply repeating that. So what remains is 1 by capital R only. Other things cancels. 1 by capital R, then the same thing, then capital R. Here 1 by theta only remains, other cancels. Then here also theta comes. Now the third term, 1 by phi remains here, then the phi remains here. Okay. Plus here all the 3 cancels. For last term, fourth term, capital R, capital theta, capital phi cancels. So the Schrodinger equation becomes like this. Okay. Now multiply throughout by r square sine square theta. Okay. So our aim is to cancel this one. Third term contains, see, now you inspect all the terms. So the first term contains only r. Second term contains variables small r and small theta. And the third term contains small r and small theta. So in the third term, that is seem to be the simplest term. So you cancel this r square sine square theta in the denominator by multiplying with the r square sine square theta in the numerator. So multiply all the terms r with r square sine square theta. So here one r square will cancel, then sine square theta will come. Here r square sine theta is there, so one sine theta will come in the numerator. Then here it completely cancels, so only phi remains here. Only phi term remains in the third term, and here also r square sine square theta will come. Okay, so that is the result, sine square theta by capital R. Then these things are same, d by dr of d or dou, you can write d or dou, no problem. D by dr of r square dou r by dou r. Okay, then sine theta by capital theta, dou by dou theta of sine theta, dou theta by dou theta. plus, see, this third term becomes very simple. Third term becomes very simple. 1 by capital phi d square dou square phi by dou phi square. Okay, plus here also r square sin square theta will come on the last term. Now you do a mathematical technique in which this term you can take to the right side. Okay, so let us see what happens. What is the technique you are going to use? So we are trying this time variable separable in which each term is independent of only one variable. So here you can see that the third term only phi comes, so take that to the right side. Okay, so take that phi term to the right side, so that becomes LHS is many things, three terms remains here, and RHS is only a function of phi. So LHS, there is no phi. RHS, LHS, we have R and theta are there in LHS, on LHS, and on RHS we have only phi. Okay, so this is an advantageous position. At this point we can say that LHS depends on R and theta, RHS depends on only on phi. So for this to be true, both sides should be equal to, you can equate to same constant. That is the idea we are going to use. Okay, so is the idea clear? LHS you have only R and theta, RHS you have only phi. So in that case, both sides are depending on different types of variables. Okay, then you can equate both sides into a same constant. That is a mathematical truth. So you can equate, see, LHS is a function of R and theta, RHS is only a function of phi. Therefore, both sides can be equated to same constant. Okay, so let the constant is m square. Put it as m square. Constant is m square. Okay, so you can write 1 by phi dou square. Now there is no need of dou. D square phi by d phi square equal to minus m square, because only one variable is there, so you can write change dou into d. Okay, so this is a simple differential equation. This you can write it as phi, you can take it to the RHS, so that becomes minus m square phi. So equation becomes d square phi by d phi square plus m square phi equal to 0. So that equation is known as azimuthal equation. Okay, I think you have, this is very easy to solve. Very easy to solve, because you can easily find the capital phi. The idea you have to use is, when you differentiate capital phi 2 times, you get minus m square capital phi. Okay, from that you can take the solution of exponential solution, and also you can apply the boundary conditions, and you will get the normalize that equation wave function, and you can find the values of m, allowed values of m, which are the azimuthal quantum numbers. So that you have already did that BSc level, so we are not doing here. Sakurai does not do that, so we don't have to do that. Simply understand this is the method of variable separable. So in order to do that, you have to go into some of these cases of atoms or something like that. Now we are generally discussing what is central potential. So we are not taking any particular case examples. If you take some examples, you can find the values of m. Okay, allowed values of for m. Okay. So now what the remaining equation is, now the this is RHS you have equated to minus m square. So say, similarly LHS, what is the remaining LHS? LHS is this one. Okay. Sine square theta by r, then this term, and this term equal to m square. Same m square you can equate. I think this is clear. Now equate the remaining, whatever remains. This contains both theta and r and theta. Now we have to separate these two also into using variable separable. For that, equate the same thing into m square. Okay. Now do some manipulations. Divide by sine square theta. Divided throughout by sine square theta. So this sine square theta will cancel. This becomes only the r term. Only the r remains here. Now here one sine theta will cancel and the denominator will have one sine theta. Then here sine square theta will cancel fully. So this also becomes that of r square term. Okay. So what remains is this one, 1 by r dou by dou r square dou r by dou r plus 1 by theta sine theta 1 dou by dou theta sine theta dou theta by dou theta plus 2 mu r square by h cross square e minus v of r. Let this m square come to the left side, so that minus m square by sine square theta equal to 0. So you can see that the first term, this contains only r term. This is an r term, radial term. This is only the theta term. Second term is only theta. The third term is only r term. The fourth term is only theta term. So you can separate these into both sides, so that first and third term you can keep it here, and second and fourth term you can move to the RHS. So again you can apply the same principle. LHS depends only on theta, r, and RHS depends only on theta. So again both sides can be equated to same constant. Okay. So let that constant is lambda. So this you can equate to lambda. This also you can equate to lambda. And when you solve the theta term, you get lambda equal to the allowed values of lambda becomes L into L plus 1. So that also we are not doing here, since you have did it during your BSc level. This lambda you can write it as L into L plus 1. Okay. So the LHS r term equate to lambda, that is 1 by r dou by dou r square dr by dr 2 mu r square by h cross square. Here plus is there. E minus v of r equal to lambda. Now this capital R here you can remove, that is wave function. Capital R is the radial wave function. Multiply throughout by r, that means this r cancels. Here r comes, here also r comes. Okay. So the equation becomes like this. Now once again you divide by this small r square, because r square is here. So the equation becomes 1 by r square dou by dou r square dou r by dou r. From here r square cancels. So 2 mu by h cross square e minus v of r into capital R. This lambda let come to the left side. So minus lambda by r square capital R equal to 0. Okay. Simple rearrangement. Okay. So that you can write it as the same term plus this r you can combine. These two terms you can combine, and you can write it as 2 mu by h cross square e minus v of r. Here you have to put minus h cross square by 2 mu lambda by r square all into capital R equal to 0. This is simple rearrangement. You can easily check that. So this is known as radial equation. Radial wave equation. If you solve this equation, you will get the radial wave function. Now equate the RHS, which was the theta term, again to lambda. So you get minus 1 by theta sine theta, dou by dou theta sine theta, dou theta by dou theta, plus m square by sine square theta equal to lambda. So let the lambda comes to the left side, then multiply with the capital theta throughout. So this becomes, take a minus sign, multiply with the minus sign also. So multiply with the minus capital theta becomes 1 by sine theta, dou by dou theta of sine theta, dou theta by dou theta, plus this lambda, minus lambda comes here. So minus lambda into minus plus lambda into minus m square by sine square theta all into capital theta equal to 0. Okay. So this also you can solve. You have already did it in the BSc level. I think this is known as polar equation. And when you solve, you will get the next quantum numbers for the allowed quantum numbers for L. Okay. So solving the first equation, you will get the quantum numbers ML, and here you will get the quantum numbers L. I hope you remember all these things. And we are going to concentrate on this equation number 2, which is the radial equation. Okay. Why we are concentrating on R? We are not concentrating on theta and phi, because that is the equation which gives, see that equation? That equation contains the energy term, energy. Okay. So which we are more concerned about. So we are more concerned about the radial motion of the particles. Actually, this central potential motion is a circular motion or a spherical motion. So theta and phi accounts for that spherical motion. So they actually fix the, in the case of atom, they fix the orbits. But we are more interested in the radial motion of the particle. Whether the radial motion of the particle gives can be related with the energy emitted by the atoms or particles moving in central potential. Okay, so we know that. So I think the idea is clear why we are giving more importance to this radial wave function. That radial movement of particles or the jumping from one orbit to another, that is a radial movement along the radius. That kind of movement actually gives the more insight into the details of the atom or any particle moving in central potential. So take this equation known as the radial equation. Okay. So in the radial equation, you can put, I have already told this lambda is L into L plus 1. So you can put minus h cross square by 2 mu 1 by r square. So you multiply the radial equation with this was our radial equation. You multiply with h cross square by 2 mu. Okay. In order to cancel this one, so h cross square by 2 mu will come here. Mu is the reduced mass. Or you can put m, no problem. If only single particle is there, you can put m. So in the case of atom, we have a nucleus and electron. So there are two particles. So you have to put the mu, reduce the mass, mu. That is why I have put a mu everywhere. You can assume that the presence of central particle nucleus, so you can put a capital M also, no problem. If problems are like that, you can put M here instead of mu. So multiply throughout with h cross square by 2 mu. Here it gets cancelled. So the equation becomes like this. Okay. Now you multiply with a minus sign and take this e to the right side. Okay. So minus this term, same term. Here minus e will come. This minus e you have to take to the right side so that that becomes capital E capital R. So all these things are same. This becomes plus, this becomes plus. So L into L plus 1 h cross square by 2 mu R square into V of R into capital R equal to E capital R. Okay. Now we have to get some idea from this equation. For that, you put capital R equal to another function u of r, small u of r divided by small r. If you substitute like this, you can simplify this equation a lot. So capital R, you can write it as u by r. So you can take u equal to small r into capital R. Now you differentiate this equation. You find dou u by dou r, so that you can separately differentiate r and capital R. So differentiate small r, that is 1. So capital R remains here, plus small r remains here, dou capital R by dou r. Okay. Now this, instead of capital R, you can write u by r. This is same. Now you simply rearrange this r dr by dr is dou u by dou r. Let this one come to the left side. So minus u of r into r divided by r. U of r by r. Okay. Now you multiply with an r throughout. So here becomes r square. Here r comes. Here r cancels. Okay. So you can write, or you can write this divide throughout by r square. You can write this equation. Dou capital R by dou r is this one. Okay. Now in this above equation, you can write this. You can simplify this term. Dou by dou r of r square dou capital R by dou r. Okay. That you can simplify like this. Dou by dou r of r square dou r by dou r. It is nothing but r dou u by dou r minus u. So it becomes dou by dou r of r dou u by dou r minus dou u by dou r. So that you can write it as r into, differentiate this independently. So r dou square u by dou r square plus dou u by dou r minus dou u by dou r, these two cancel. So that becomes r into dou square u by dou r square. So you can substitute this in the above equation here, so that minus h cross square by 2 mu r square r dou square u by dou r square plus all the above same thing here also, but instead of capital R, you have to put u by small r. So equal to e into u by small r. Okay. So in the next class, we will find out the solutions of u